I want to talk about something because when I left my job as a private full-time chef to a country music star after 2.5 years, and this was the most demanding, most stressful job I'd ever had, I had to turn my ringer on my phone off because every time my phone pinged, didn't matter what it was, I had a physical reaction to it. That's how much trauma and stress I had stored in my body from being on call for highly demanding employers. Let me tell you, people with autoimmunity, stress and trauma are two of the main triggers of your condition. So if you have had a job, a career, a life that is highly stressful, highly traumatic, you have to work on getting the trauma out, and you also have to work on managing, stopping, reversing any of the stresses as much as you can control. So there are certain things you can't control, right? I can't control if I get a flat tire on the way to work, but I can control the stress of being around people and going to places and doing things that do not serve me. And so much of our time spent as people with autoimmunity is spent doing things for others. Dr. Gabor Mate, who is an autoimmune and a trauma specialist, he actually says that there's 4 specific personality types that most people with autoimmunity typically have. And one of them is like doing things for others, prioritizing others over yourself, being the caregiver, not being able to say no, repressing your own emotions, right? So there's a lot of this doing for others and always providing and always putting up with other people's shit even though you don't want to because you feel like you have to. If you want to start to regulate your nervous system, if you want to start lessening your overall total body inflammation, if you want to start reversing the symptoms of your condition, if you want to start actually getting your freaking life back and actually stop disease progression, because what happens is there's 4 stages of disease. If you get to the last and final one where there's irreversible damage, there's nothing you can do to change that, right? If I get to the point where my arthritis is so bad that my hands are all curled up and gnarly and my joints don't work, there's no fixing that. That's what I'm actively working on preventing every single day of my life when I make the decisions that I do on what I'm going to eat and how I'm going to live. And there's so many different things that you can do for this. Many of them are free, but it takes work. It takes time, it takes commitment, it takes doing. So that just came to top of mind as today I was thinking about the top 4 things that off the top of my head I can trace back to the reason why I was in the biggest flare of my life back in 2020 when I damn near almost lost my ability to walk. I was, wearing $700 custom orthotic shoes 24/7. I couldn't walk barefoot on the beach with my family. I couldn't wear flip-flops in the summer, all because I had such intense chronic systemic inflammation all through my body because of these 4 things. If you haven't seen that video, go back to my last post and check that out. And so if you're watching this, yes, food is paramount. It's foundational. It's number 1. It's a must. You have to eat an anti-inflammatory diet from now until the day you leave this earth if you want to be able to live well with autoimmunity. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. But if you've been doing everything right, if you've been eating well, you've been eating anti-inflammatory and you still don't feel well, it means you got to go beyond food. And I talk all about this inside my course and coaching program. It's called the Autoimmune Edible RX. And I'm actually having a free live 2-week workshop coming up in July. It's going to be July 11th and the 18th. I'm offering it at 2 different times, so no matter where you are in the world or what you have on your schedule, you should be able to pick one of those 2 times and join us. And it's completely free. And I'm going to have prizes for everybody that actually shows up and puts in the work and does their homework and participates in the coaching, because knowing doesn't heal, doing does. And so this is one way that we can work together live in real time. You can get my custom feedback, you can get my custom coaching, you can get support of others in our community, and you can get your homework that I'm going to give you, which is all sorts of resources that I only typically give to my paying customers. You're going to get it for free. And when you go home and put those, actions into work and you do the homework and you bring it back to me, you'll be entered to win one of 3 amazing prizes I have for you. I can't wait to share more about it with you guys. If you're interested in this, comment the word weightless below and I'll let you know as soon as registrations open up.